Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Rabbit Hole Matrix. I am your host, as always, and today I want to be talking about religious doctrine and the confusion that this religious doctrine has produced in the masses since time immemorial. You have to understand that religious doctrine is nothing more than a man-made doctrine used to control and manipulate the minds of the masses. Because in order for the few to control the many, they must control the narrative of all situations. They want you to believe in certain aspects of reality that do not exist, never have existed, and never will exist. You have to understand that when because Jesus is real, Jesus descended as the Son, who is a manifestation of the Father, who was the Father, who descended within himself in order that he may know himself intimately. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that the Lord is nothing but an ultimate mind. He is nothing. He has no physical substance. He is ultimate consciousness that exists and always has existed. There was nothing before God. There was nothing after God. All there is God, and it is through God that he knows himself. We are all appendages of God. We are all God experiencing himself infinitely. If you want to know who the Christ is, the true Christ, I don't care who says anything. I don't care whose doctrine comes at me with anything, because doctrine is dogmatic and dogmatism is nothing but an illusion. The thing is, God is God, period. He descended within himself in order to know himself. Now imagine this. Imagine an ultimate eye that exists within a crystalline plane. And you have this eye and it's staring upon this crystalline plane. And it looks inside this crystalline plane, and as it looks down into these waters and into this shimmering mirror, it sees within its own eye its own self. It looks into this infinite water, and what it sees is itself inside. There's Greek mythology about Narcissus who was infatuated by the waters. He stares into the waters, and what he sees, my son, is yourself. What you're seeing in those waters is the reflection of yourself, because as above, so below. Everything that happens on a higher level is an exact replica of things that happen on the lesser levels, because these are dimensions. We exist within a dimensional world where there are different things, there are different layers to an onion. Just like the Russian dolls, where one doll fits inside of the next, inside of the next, inside of the next. That's because you have the macrocosm, who is God, and then you have the microcosm, all the way down to the levels of man. We exist within a material universe. There's spiritual dimensions. There are many dimensions. And that's where these demons lurk. These demons lurk on the outskirts of light, seeking to enter wherever they gain entry. When we radiate the frequency of these demons, we allow them the ability to access our physical body, which really isn't a physical body. Our body is nothing more than a mental illusion that is created by our mind. Just like I say in my previous videos, that the physical body is nothing more than a vessel used to incarnate in the material realm. If it was not for the spirit that dwells within us, then there would be no life that exists within the body. You have to understand that darkness is parasitic in nature, and darkness must attach itself to a light source, just like a virus does to the body. A virus attaches itself to cells in our body in order that it can steal life from them. And that's the way darkness works. Darkness works in the like manner. Darkness attaches itself to light in order to vampire that life from them. And eventually, if we do not forsake that darkness, if we do not forsake those desires, then we will be pulled down into the infernal abyss of imaginary beings, because these demons are imaginary. They have no life. In darkness, nothing exists but darkness. It is only by light that shadows are cast. I'm going to tell you this 1,000 times. If it wasn't for light, then shadows would not exist. at night, because night is the father of darkness. Night is a name for Satan, nightmare. These things exist because these are personifications of the evil one. Because in the dark is where these phantoms lurk. They lurk in the darkness. They lurk in the darkness. You'll see them on the walls, crawling across the walls, because that's where they exist, is in the night. And when we radiate the same energy of negativity, of hate, animosity, of just complete and sheer destructive emotions, that is when we open ourselves to demonic possession. These demons are lurking. They are ready to enter. Why do you think when Cain of the Bible was told by the Lord, if you do what is right, will you not be accepted? Of course you will be accepted, because God himself does not even hate the forces of darkness. It is by his absolute law that darkness cannot exist. He's calling them from outer darkness. He's saying, I am the true one. Come to me and exist. Have life within me, because without me, there is nothing. Don't you understand that without me in outer darkness, there is nothing but pain, misery, and suffering? Just phantoms conglomerating and morphing from one shape into that of another. Because in darkness, nothing exists. It's all illusionary. It's all phantasm. It's all BS. It is only in the light that things truly exist, which is why it was said that what's done in the darkness will always come to the light. Because God is a light, and light reveals all darkness. When you turn a light on in your room and you see a spider in the corner of the wall, you've revealed it, because it was a dark species that lurks in the night, seeking to prey on the weary. And that's exactly like these forces of darkness. They lurk outside of light, seeking to gain entrance wherever they can. And I want you guys to hit subscribe, because you're never going to hear types of truth like this. And that's why you're not going to see a lot of followers or subscribers. And it's not because the things that I'm saying aren't true. It's because ignorance cannot perceive the light. Ignorance cannot perceive knowledge. When Jesus commanded the demons to tell them his name before he cast them into a herd of swine, he said, "What is your name?" And what did they say? "We are legion, for we are many." We are legion. And what is a legion? A liege is a mass movement of troops. And that is exactly what these demonic forces are. We're talking about an innumerable number of infinite phantasmagoric species, entities lurking outside the light, seeking to gain entrance wherever they can. I hope you guys understand this, because the things that I'm telling you are not for my own glory. They're all for the glory of God. He instills me with the desire and the compulsion to tell you the things I tell you. If it weren't for him, then there would be no truth. There would be no truth, because without the ultimate truth, there is no truth to pour from. Like, subscribe, meditate, contemplate on the Lord, because he is the only and absolute truth.